breaking at Hollis Hall. The phone has been buzzing on DJ Moore, and the contingency conversations are real enough that the building has a number attached to it if the season tilts the wrong way. And if you're hearing this here first, good, because the timeline for action isn't December. It's already started. Late night film, cold coffee, a depth chart slid across the table, another vibration face down with an area code that smells like a contender in a hurry. That's not theater. That's the league testing your resolve after 3 weeks. Chicago just punched the Cowboys in the mouth and reminded the conference that the kid at quarterback can dice you with structure and swagger, but the market doesn't sleep. And when your roster has 2 blue-chip wideouts on rookie deals and a franchise quarterback on his, front offices with rings in their eyes start circling your most proven route winner. So here's how we do it fast, clean, football first. I'll walk you through the actual mechanics that make a conversation possible. The leverage plays Chicago owns, the who and why now among receiver-needy contenders, and the blueprint for a post-Moore attack that still grows Caleb Williams the right way. Then we'll stack the risk ledger locker room tone, red zone efficiency, QB development, optics in a city that hates quitters, and only our final do we lift the tarp on the headline you came for. If you're about that blue-collar honesty, subscribe to Bears News Fan Report, ring the bell, drop a like, so this community keeps winning the algorithms like we plan to win the line of scrimmage every Sunday. And let's finish this drive together. Context, not panic. We're 1-2 with a statement win that showed the offense can run a 19-play drive and throw haymakers when the timing hits. But 2 weeks of protection leakage and red zone clunk remind you how thin the margins are while the system installs. Enter DJ Moore, technician, tone setter, the guy who blocks like it's 4th and 1 in sleet and separates on 3rd and 6 without needing motion art to bail him out. He's also on a major extension that the league respects his value for a true WR1 in his prime, the kind of contract a contender can stomach if it believes he puts them over the top. That's why the calls happen. Your core timeline says Caleb plus O'Duns plus a second explosive piece are cheap for years. Contenders with aging stars and narrow windows don't want to play the rookie variance game in January. The calculation for Chicago isn't talent DJ's elite at what matters. Leverage and edges. It's synchronized clocks. Are you maximizing Caleb's window by keeping Moore as the reliability anchor, or by converting Moore into premium picks and a controllable player so you can harden the trenches and multiply easy buttons in the scheme? Let's label the market like a whiteboard. Tier 1 offers look like a late first equivalent, plus a rookie contract starter, or a second rounder high enough to feel like late first, paired with a useful young piece. Tier 2 is a light protected first and a day 2 sweetener, maybe with a rotational defender you can coach up. Tier 3, the desperate now bid, multiple picks across 2 drafts and a young vet who steps into your top 3 at a need spot. Chicago shouldn't take a haircut. If you engage, you're setting the price, not reacting. Who's dialing? The obvious is the obvious. Receiver rooms that lean too hard on tight ends or gadget motion to win downs. Picture an 816, area code where the quarterback turns fire drills into poetry, but needs a chain mover who humiliates off man on the spot route. Picture a 716 where the arm can throw through. Lake Erie whines, but the room craves a grown-up root family that converts 3rd and medium without praying for a pie flag. Add a couple of NFC outfits who talk physical every August and discover by Halloween they can't separate without stacks and rubs. These are the ecosystems where Moore's game is a force multiplier today, not next year. Now football, not fantasy. What changes on Sunday if you move him? With Moore, defenses can't cheat. He punishes single high, wins isolation at the sticks, blocks edges so duo becomes a lifestyle. Without him, the offense leans into youth and coordination. More condensed splits and stacks to free Romo Duns off the line. More play-action crossers to get YAC without demanding pristine ISO wins. More 12 personnel to clean up edges and give Caleb half-field throws he can rip with rhythm. Your motion volume ticks up to create free access. Your RPO menu becomes a scalpel instead of a parachute, and you manufacture layup sleek, slide, tay delay so the rookies can build confidence reps. It can absolutely work. But it demands two things every week: protection that doesn't turn the pocket into a trampoline and coaching that trims the call. Sheet to pure progressions early before expanding into full field option routes. The locker room math is just as real. You don't trade your tone without earning it back in the room. DJ is a pro's pro works, blocks, talks straight. If you flip him, you better walk into that team meeting with honesty and a plan. Here's the veteran we're signing Tuesday. Here's how we protect Caleb. Here's how Rome's targets jump without slamming his plate. Here's the third down menu that still keeps us on schedule. Pros handle business. They don't handle surprises. Do it right and you crystallize identity. We are building a bully in the trenches and a precision pass game that travels in wind. Do it sloppy and you're asking your head coach to put out fires with a laser pointer. Red zone is the next truth. Moore's value, there is angles. He converts space into separation in a phone booth. If he's gone, you replace separation with geometry. Heavy personnel, motion into bunch, picks that are picks without flags. Sprint out to have the read, QB keeper on the 3 for a bruising 6 that tells the league who you are. And you lean on Cole Kmet's body positioning, back shoulder bank shots to a duns, and root stacks that force defensive switches they hate. Special teams? Hidden yards become non-negotiable. If you're scoring fewer explosives without more, you must start drives at the 32 instead of the 23. Coverage units pin at the 15 twice a game. Returns flip the field to midfield when Soldier Bears weather turns mean. That's how blue-collar teams win tight games in November. Now clarity time, the line between rumor fog and actionable reality. Is a DJ Moore trade likely as of tonight? No. Is it on the board in a way it wasn't 2 weeks ago? After a 0-2 start that woke up rival G-Miz, yes. Did beating Dallas change the temperature? It did. It bought time and leverage, and it reminded the league this offense has a ceiling worth building toward, not away from. That's why Chicago can afford to be ruthless with its number. You don't move a tone setter for applause emojis. You move him only if the return accelerates Caleb's ecosystem in March and makes Sundays survivable in October. That means picks you can turn into a right tackle who hates daylight, a center who sets the mic call in his sleep, and a rotational 3 tech who ruins third downs. It also means an immediate body at receiver who knows an NFL tree on day one reliability in, not just potential. And for the fans who live on the QB cam, this is about making Caleb's life boring in the best way 2nd and 4 instead of 2nd and 11. Hot answers built into every call. A run game that turns mid-December into trench therapy. Where do I land? I'm Chicago to the bone. Trench football, accountability, finish the rep. If the offense stacks clean protections the next 2 weeks, and the timing between Caleb and Rome keeps jumping, you keep DJ Moore and you ride, period. He's the reliability that lets a young quarterback breathe. He's the edge that makes corners hate Sundays, and he embodies the do-the-dirty-work identity this city respects. But if by Halloween you're still sputtering, if the offers stop being maybe and start being premium reality, you owe it to the franchise to listen, not to cave. To listen under 3 non-negotiables. 1. Real draft value. No late third dressed up as gold. 2. An immediate roster move that supports Caleb, all help or veteran WRT who blocks like a 6th lineman and knows the option tree. 3. Clear messaging to the room that this is a pivot, not a white flag. You hit those, the badge stays heavy and the plan stays north. Miss any, and you're just trading a chain mover for a press release. Your turn honest, straight, block shedder answers only. Would you move DJ Moore if it nets a first rounder and a useful player? Or is he the line you refuse to cross this season? If you deal him, which position gets the first pick? Right tackle, edge, or corner? And if you're a hard no, give me your fixes with DJ still here. What does your red zone menu look like? And who's your 3rd and 6 answer against press? Drop it below. On this channel, the comments hit like a middle linebacker calling strength, and I read every one. My final word? In Chicago, we don't chase headlines. We chase pad level. DJ Moore is the kind of pro who makes a young QB's life sane and a defense honest. Trading him should be the last tool in the box, pulled only if the season itself demands a structural reset, and only for a return that builds a bully in front of Caleb. If that day comes, you make the tough call, then you line up and prove you're still the team nobody wants to hit for 4 quarters. Bear down.